Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's under the command of 135 Noob. Oh, what a name that one. So, he's a noob, is he? Well, we're all noobs at one point or other. In fact, some of us stay what Arty Noobs all of our lives, even if we're unicums. Game started. Well, this is the American Tier 6 Arty, which has got a rather good gun. It's a 155mm howitzer, and it's mounted in a swivel bracket, which means it's got a very wide arc of fire. Now, he's capable of doing 155 alpha and penetrating 39mm of armour with a burst radius of 7 meters. And he's moving into his firing spot, which is going to be on this corner behind the trees. Okay, just setting himself up. That's it, nice wide arc so he can shoot at all the enemies. His first target appears to be a comet. Well, he's lost sight of it temporarily. I think it was the Panther M10 who spotted the comet, but the comet's gone into cover. And he's probably sitting at the end of that road behind that bush at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised. Might be worth firing a shell into that bush. Oh, no, the comet was actually just behind the building. He's now got a T-25-2 sitting behind that barn. And there's the comet. Just behind the building. Yep, it wasn't fully dialed in. That's why the shell didn't hit the comet. It hit the building instead. You need to fully dial in on the target before you shoot if you want to get accurate shots. If you try snapshots, most of the time the shell won't go where you want it to. He's lining up a shot on the T-34-85. That's better. Got a hit on him. 182. He's now switched back to the town, and there's an SU-152 just at the end of the street. He's now sitting behind the house. Now he's lined up the shot, but it's right on the corner of that house. And so there's a good possibility the shell might actually hit the house rather than the target, but instead he's now going for a T-25-2, rounds out, and he got a direct hit. The shell disappeared without an explosion, so we know he touched that one. Okay, over on the west side of the map, we've got a Super Hellcat doing some spotting near those bushes and that ridgeline. He's fired at the ridgeline, not at the target, which is kind of odd. It looks like other people fired at the target and they hit him, because that shell went in and stopped at that point. So obviously the Super Hellcat's still there. 135 Noob. And what's he doing? He's switching back to the Super Hellcat, and then he switches back to the T-34-85 again. And he's getting lots of reticule bloom because he keeps moving his aim point. Rounds out. And that hits the ridge line. I think actually the word I could say is he's being a bit too hasty on his choices of what he's actually going to fire at, and he keeps switching between one side and the other. Normally it helps to actually focus on one side alone to make sure that you can do a lot of damage. He did get a hit in that VK, a nice hit for 185 hit points, and the next shot will probably kill. Oh, now he's got a KV-2 to fire at. It's loaded. Lines it up, rounds out, direct hit. 115 hit points only though, but the KV-2's wiped out, so he picks up the stun assist. Now there's another of enemy tanks down that street, but we can't see them at the moment, so he has decided instead he's going to aim over on the west side. And well, the T-34-85M has been joined by Dickomax. He fires at Dickomax and misses him, I'm afraid. Again, he's switching back to the other side of the battlefield. Now, he's not the only Arty in the game. There's 2 other Artys on his team and 3 Arty on the enemy team. But he seems to be doing a lot of snap decisions and moving from one side of the battlefield to the other. And I think that's why he's not fully dialing in on the target and he's not getting direct hits as often as he should be. Okay, he's loaded this time. Can he get a shot on this one? Rounds out. He splash kills the T-25-2. So that's his first kill. but it was a splash kill, so he was actually firing at something that was pulling back, and he just managed to catch it with the shell, enough to take it out. Firing at the Cromwell, his shell lands against the side of the building, but it probably did damage the Cromwell if he was still there. You can see that there's been a bit of destruction further on, so it looks like the Cromwell pulled back after that shot. Now there's a AMX 1375 behind those houses, but instead he's decided to switch back and go after the P43 Tur, and again he's getting a red line, which means that he can't shoot at that target. I don't think he's ignoring the red line at the moment. There's no point in shooting at a target where you've got a red line, because you're not going to be able to get a hit on him. Now he's looking a bit further back, but again, no target. Jackson. Okay, switched over to the west side. The Jackson is pulling back. He's lined up. He's dialed in, and long flight time for the shell. A 3-second shot. Over on the east side of the battlefield, he's now looking over the other side, and we've got that comet appear again. Now he can get a kill if he can get the shell into that guy, and he does. So he's got rid of that one. So 2 kills now. Going for the SU-152. Unfortunately, it looks like he's pulled close to that building. I'm pretty sure he's close to that building. The P43 Tur is still in the defilade of those buildings there, so he's still in cover. And we're looking for that Cromwell, or where the Cromwell was. He's no longer there, I think. He was taken out of the game, I think. See the Comet? No, the Comet's been taken out. Actually, there wasn't a Cromwell on the enemy team. It must be one of the other tanks. Okay, he's fired around at the AMX 1375. Gets a direct hit as he comes around the corner. And the guy is killed by the GW Panther. So he's picked up some stun assist off that one. Unfortunately, we just lost our Skoda T25. He's now looking for that Nashorn. There's the Hummel. The enemy Arty's been spotted by our Leo. We're dialing in. Round out wasn't fully dialed in. And it looks like the shell would have been on target, because it did land very near the wreck. He's gone back to the town again. Changed his mind. He's now looking in the centre. I think that Nashorn's in cover now, because the IKV-90 and the Leo would have spotted him by now if he was out in the open. My suspicion is the Nashorn's pulled back and is somewhere near the enemy cap area. There's the P43 Tur. He's moving into the other street. He's trying to protect against the Achilles, or trying to kill the Achilles. Unfortunately, we've got a red line, which means we can't hit him at the moment. Okay, he's gone to battle assistant view, but it's still a red line. He's got no shots. There's the M12. He switches back to the M12. The Leo's going to get that guy. He fires a round in. And the kill goes to the box tank on our team. There's the SU-152. He's wiped out. There's only 2 tanks left now. The P43 Tur and an M44. He hasn't got a shot on the P43 at the moment, but he might have. Oh, no. The Achilles killed him. So the last remaining enemy is the M44, and he must be over on the east side of the map, simply because everywhere else has been searched. So he must be somewhere over this side, and the best thing to do would be to look at the back of the map and look for the tracer. They're all homing in next to the coastline, and he's gone and drowned himself. What a loser. RT players don't drown. We keep fighting and we ram the enemy if we have to, but we keep going. So, end of battle. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's second class tanker for 135 Noob in the M44. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 9, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate from that battle was 3353, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. Well, he did get the highest damage in the game, but no high caliber, 1,568 hit points of damage. The next high scorer being the Nashorn with 1,386 hit points, and then the Achilles with 1,348. When it came to kills, it was the box tank who did the best with 3 kills, 2 kills to the M44 of 135 Noob, and the T71, the Leo, and the Tog 2, and 2 kills to the Dickomax on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's the M44. Yes, he managed to get 872 base out of that game. 698 went to the Achilles, and 656 went to the Panther M10. He fired 16 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 1 penetration, 9 splash. Damage of 1,568 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 in the enemy, killed 2, and did 906 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 39,324 credits, and after ammunition resupply took away 31,244 credits. He received 1 bond for the Confederate and 1,308 XP, 6,540 for completing the mission and events, and took away 7,848 experience points altogether. It was a good game, but he kept switching from side to side and he didn't focus his fire, and that's why I think he didn't get quite as much damage as he actually did end up with. He might have got the high caliber as well had he done a bit more damage, but there you go. He did get the highest damage anyway. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.